Here. No, Hank. Eat from your own dish. You get to see my daily struggle with trying to keep them at their own dish. Hey, Carmel. They all start out pretty good, but about halfway through, they decide, hey, he's got something different. I'm going to go eat off of his plate. Hey, Aurora. No, Wilson. No, Wilson. Eat your own. Hey, Fern. We're early today. No, Wilson. No, Wilson. Wilson, come here. No, Wilson. You still have your own food. Zelda's typically pretty good. Hey, Connie. Once she gets her fill, she kind of does her own thing, but these two tend to go back and forth. You still have food on your plate. And Hank has become less and less of a fan of wet food. As you can see, he just wants dry food. So I've debated just giving him more dry food and leaving the wet food off. Oh, hello, Zelda. Why don't you eat this wet food, Hank? Yeah, that's our barricade for Stella's food dish. I put it up there and Stella eats in the cube. We're doing all right. Melanie's a little frustrated because we started feeding everybody and Oscar gets all excited and he ran headfirst into Melanie's foot and jammed a couple of her toes trying to get to his spot. And then our dog Allie stepped on the same foot, so she got pretty irritated a little while ago. Well, that's what happens when you have a billion cats in your house and they all get excited about dinner time. No, Wilson, you still have. Look, look right there. There's still wet food on your plate. He sees this big clump on Hank's plate and he's like, I want that. You're just not gonna get into it, are you, Hank? Gonna eat all the dry food around the wet food. We have a couple that Salem and Binks. They beeline it down the hallway when we walk down the hall towards the bedroom. More often than not, they want to go into the bedroom and get on the bed. Zelda, why are you being antisocial? Well, cats aside, it was an expensive day today. I had to get new brakes in addition to a tire, so Forked over a little money today. Oh, and that's not the end either. I had already planned on rebuilding the front end on it. New tie rods and ball joints and all that stuff, and then this happened. But I still went ahead and ordered all my parts to do that. Hey, Lynette. So, very expensive day. I'm going to let the shop put all the parts on, but I ordered the ones that specific ones I wanted. Yeah, they're already expensive, and then they had to put new rotors on it too, so it got extra expensive for brakes. Apparently the rotors had been turned all they could be turned. And why tires are as expensive as they are, I will never understand. I understand some tires are better than others, but it's a 2001, and it's the worst vehicle I've ever owned in my life as far as mechanical stuff. But it's older, I get it. But it's only got 70,000 miles on it, I think. But I've learned that an older vehicle that's been sitting a lot in its life is probably more prone to breaking than one that was driven a good bit. Lesson learned. I'm not saying I'd go buy a 2001 with 200,000 miles on it, but you don't need that paper. At the same time, 100,000 miles wouldn't scare me off if I were to have to buy another one. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. My truck is paid for in the sense that I don't owe the bank any money, but I keep having to do this and that. It's nickel and diming me. Hey, Mr. Krabs. Stella, are you ready to come out? Hey, Stella. I don't know if all you guys saw the picture of Lily I posted earlier today. She is very much enjoying her freedom now. But she was always free to run around, but she didn't feel like it with all these guys up there. But I had Stumpy. Yeah, it's on Facebook. Stumpy was in the bed on my desk beside me, and Lily curled up in front of me. Hey, Ara. Probably can't hear her like you could Lyle, but she's purring again. Aren't you? And Wilson is jealous because he's not getting any attention. Stella's getting it all. But now she's going to take a 20-minute bath probably, like she always does. She still has this little knot on her ear. Been wondering if she doesn't have a BB or something stuck in her ear. Considering she got shot with a pellet gun, a BB gun would not be out of the question. Miss Zelda. Yeah, that's where she spent a good portion of her afternoon, which makes it hard to type sometimes, but I make it work. Wilson. What? Yeah, she's still a little underweight, or at least she looks a little underweight, but she's eating, so. I'd said before that I just needed to give her a bunch of treats every day for a little while until she puts on a little more weight. You're giving Zelda a bath, Stella? Hank, your big head is in the way. Now Hank's getting the bath. Is that you purring, Hank? Yeah, that's Hank purring now. You can probably hear him. Still not as loud as Lionel was. Excuse you. You gonna go finish off their food for them? No, nothing new other than the fact that I still need to get his vaccination paperwork, put it in the mail. I need to do that tonight. I told him I was going to do it beginning of last week and then totally slipped my mind. I've had it sitting in an envelope in my truck and with all the rest of them. I just need to put it in a regular envelope and put a stamp on it and send it. Stella's going to clean the remnants for them. Won't be any leftovers, huh? But I think you got plenty, didn't you? What, Wilson? He just goes from one litter box to the other and talks. What about this? You interested in that at all? Not really. And whatever Stella does, Hank has to do also. Alright, that's totally up to you if you want to do that. Definitely don't have to, but we used to have a link on in the Facebook, or not the Facebook, the YouTube descriptions on the regular room cameras to a Fundly page, but I don't know if Melanie has taken those off or not. I would have to look to be sure. If it's not on there, I mean, we can, and if you want to buy some litter, we can put something like that on the Amazon wish list. And as I say, definitely not necessary for you to do that, but if you feel like you want to, it would be appreciated. And hey, Charlie, long time no see. Don't lag on me now. But yeah, just check the main cameras in the description, and if you don't see it on there, let me know, and we'll just throw a couple things on the Amazon wish list. But litter is, we go through a lot of litter, so that would be good. We actually have a bulk supply right now because we changed out the boxes in here last week. I guess it was the end of last week. And we changed out maybe half of the other ones here, so I went ahead and bought like 4 tubs, and still have 2 left because we've got more to change. But anything you buy will be used solely on these guys. The others are our responsibility. Hey, Wilson. Will you come up? No. He says, no, I don't want to be in your lap. Don't pick me up. Or do you? He's just so unsure about being picked up sometimes. Have a seat. Have a seat. Well, that lasted about as long as you can hold him. Maybe 2-3 seconds. This is what Wilson prefers, is just to stretch out next to you. He'll always accept pets. Well, unless he's really freaked out about something, but he hasn't been super freaked out in a while. Come on. Come here. Come here. No, he's not having it right now. What does my shoe smell like? I can't forget to put that away. I'll be all in that. I just realized I left that out. What you doing, Hank? Is it food coma time? Everybody got a full belly and want to take a nap now? Stella's taking her bath over there. That's where she'll be for the next hour and a half. What's on my shoe? Oh, and I got a text message when my coworker went to work, when my coworker went to work. That makes a lot of sense. When my coworker went home for lunch, he was at home and said, he sent me a text that said, Doc just stole a ham sandwich off the table. The Doc is definitely a Tabby relative, because that's a Tabby move all the way. Tabby stole a muffin over the weekend. If it's the link from our YouTube page, that's got to be it, Aura. I don't know what's on the list, if anything is on the list, to be honest with you. That is the Funly link, Charlie. Thank you. But as I say, Aura, not necessary, but totally up to you if you want to do that. Tidy Cat's blue lid is perfectly fine. I cannot talk today. It's perfectly fine. We we buy all different varieties of it, but we always get the big tubs of whatever. It's usually whatever is at the front of the shelf, then we can grab and load into the cart the easiest. In my experience, it's all pretty much the same. The only thing that you can really tell any difference is some of the scented stuff. But it all seems to work about the same. Banana muffin with chocolate chips in it. So fortunately, he's not a dog. But he's stolen other things. He's stolen bread and random other food items. I don't remember everything he's taken. Tabby is so food obsessed. Any opportunity he has to get into something, he will take the chance. Russell will eat lettuce. We discovered that. But he's the only cat that will eat vegetables, to my knowledge. Of ours, anyway. We haven't tried that on any of these, but I think we figured that out. A piece of lettuce fell on the floor one day, and Russell said, "Mine." Well, if you didn't always lay so far away from me, I would give you more attention. But you always lay just out of my reach. Are you guys playing footsie over there? Wilson. You're such a goof, Wilson. Hey, D Huts. Ours would do the exact same, given the opportunity. But you know, anytime we get a shipment of dry food in a bag delivered, dog or cat food, doesn't matter, we immediately have to put the bag somewhere out of reach because our cats will tear into the bag. And I thought the bags were supposed to be airtight, and I assume they are, but they understand that there's food in there, so they claw and bite at them until they tear a little hole in the bag and they start stealing the food out of them. They definitely are. Oh, have y'all noticed this little white patch right there on Zelda's chest? I think we just noticed that a week or two ago. I don't know if we've ever pointed it out, but there's a little white spot. Well, thank you, Aura. I appreciate it. Yeah, so much playing and sleeping involved. Take its toll on anybody. Are you finally done, Stella? No, you just have an itch, huh? Oh, we've got to put Brevecto on her. I've got it already, we just haven't put it on. Where to now, Stella? Oh, you're thirsty now. What are you spooked for? What spooked you? She jumped like she heard something. Might be a cat by the door. Come here. Come here. Let's try this out. He just will not sit still in my lap today. Not having it. Yeah. Talking about you. Yep. Wilson. Zelda's actually coming to me. When does that ever happen? I think he's more intrigued by whoever's outside the door right now than messing with me. Oh, you're going up there, huh? I think they missed their window perch being in that window. That's where she's looking at. I haven't seen him get on this other one recently. Maybe they do during the day when I'm not paying attention. Well, hello, Stella. And for some reason, our stream just borked. I'll fix that in a minute, though. We do. I just posted something on it today. Well, that's good. I don't know why she's just gazing at this window over here. Let's see if we can help her out. Come here. Come here. Well, you can get up there from there now. Oh, it's so impossible. Come on. Let's get in this other one. You're about at the weight limit for that one too, Zelda. She says she'd rather be in the other window, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna get the other one functional again. I don't know if Melanie ever pulled the... Yeah, she did pull the Velcro strips off of it. I bought that stuff that I initially attempted to use to hang the camera from. I think I'm just going to put like a long strip all the way across it, and hopefully that will hold better than the Velcro strips with the sticky stuff on the back of it. And if not, I guess we could come up with another plan. Alright, I think it should be open, where you won't have to have an account to view the page, but don't hold me to that. I think it is. Pretty sure Melanie set it to be open, public, whatever you want to call it. But she handles all that stuff. Typically, I'll just post something, a picture or something from time to time. What are you eating? Don't eat paper. I thought Stella was done bathing, but she's not. She's back at it again. And Zelda did one in that window. Where to now? As you can see, the stream broke a second ago. I don't know what makes it do that, but it's done it for as long as we've had those cameras, and at least it's not as wishy-washy as the webcams were when we first started with Clara and her kittens. I remember getting so frustrated at those things. Well, we won't show that. That's gross. Stella. I don't think he needs her nose up his butt. I watched a video today, totally unrelated. I'm trying to convince Melanie to let us, I can't think of the name of it now, but there's a process you can smooth out these textured walls, and I kind of want to do that. Not that we have to, but because it's going to be a nightmare to paint those textured walls. It would be so much easier if they're smooth. It's twice the work, but I think it would look better too. Gosh, I wish I could remember the name of it, of the process. But it didn't look impossible. It looks like it's going to be some work, but I guess anything worthwhile, you have to work at it. But yeah, there's just spots in the wall, like that little dent right there that was here when we moved in. I don't know what the deal is with that, but fix that and smooth out the texture and I'll be happy. Wilson. Oh, I didn't mean to throw it in the air. I just think it would look a ton better whenever we decide to paint. Once these guys are all adopted and this room is open, it'd be a good starting point. We have Hank, Zelda, Wilson, and Stella. So 3 kittens and Mama Stella. what you want. If I throw it over here. Yeah, and it's also made it extremely difficult to see them go when they get adopted. It's not difficult to see them adopted. It's just when you've had them this long, they're pretty much like your own pet. But I'm still, Melanie asked me today if I was gonna take Clara off of Pet Finder, and I still haven't answered her. I don't know yet. Not for a while, Charlie. If I knew I still had the ability to keep some at the office and do it there, maybe. But one, we've been at this for 9 months now, and we at least want a little break when this is all said and done. And two, we need a bigger house before we've got 8 cats, permanent cats here, and behaviors are, let's just say attitudes are a little tense right now between a couple of the cats because of these guys being here. I think it's stressing a couple of the other ones out. This used to be Tabby's little safe space and where he would eat his dinner and all that, and since he can't get in here anymore, he's started to act out a little bit, and unfortunately Russell takes the brunt of his attitude when he gets in his moods. But I'm hopeful that once these guys are adopted out, we can keep this room open and skim coating. That's it, Lynette. Thank you. I'm hopeful we can leave this room open for a little bit and keep the cat tree in there, and the window perches can stay there, and the other cats can come in here and enjoy this room. Right now they're just kind of limited as to what all they can do. One less room in a small house is a big deal. But yeah, skim coating would be minimum 2 coats on that. Maximum of 4, but I think 2 coats would probably do that. But this house was built in 1960, and apparently people thought that looked good in 1960. What's really fun is when you're walking down the hall with like a box or something, if you're carrying something and you scrape your knuckles against that. It feels really good. Highly recommend it. Thank you, Connie. I think I'm probably going to go ahead and wind down too. We got everybody fed and boxes scooped and all that stuff. So now it's time to feed my face. I gotta figure out what we're gonna eat first though. So that may add an extra 20 minutes to that. But I appreciate you guys as always. Can't promise we'll do this at the same time tomorrow. Actually, I think I have a metal detecting meeting tomorrow night if I go. I don't really have much to show at the meeting this time, so we'll flip a coin and see if I go tomorrow. But at any rate, I do appreciate everybody, and we will do it at some point tomorrow. So thank you guys, and we'll see you then.